Alright, out here mowing Saturday. I'll get close to the tractor here in a minute. Found something interesting. This is what you find is hog damage in northeast Texas. This hog waller, about 2 foot deep. I'll explain as I'm going along here. Kind of see where I've been bouncing through this. 5320 is doing just fine, even with that 800 pound weight on the front. Coming on through it pretty easy. Here's one I had to dodge. It's got standing water in the bottom, and I'm afraid I'll lose bottom if I drive off into that. And this is your typical hog damage here in northeast Texas. Okay, this land I'm mowing right now is about 10 acres. Still got a few brush piles to do something with sooner or later. And what I'm mowing, I only mowed it once last year. This is a mix of some good grasses, some garbage grasses, some saplings that come up in a year's time. That's another hog waller right there. A little pine coming up. Another hog waller here. Over here is where I stuck my John Deere 1250 and 6-foot mower last weekend. I went over with the back blade on the dozer I had used to get the tractor out. This thing sunk to the oil pan in this front right here. There was no bottom. Reason, this was another hog waller I didn't catch. This land that cleared, okay, did look like this. Now, this is 20-year-old regrowth, could be 30-year-old regrowth from a logging operation 20 or 30 years ago. Down here in Texas, you do not have to replant. This is what's called natural regrowth. No value whatsoever, just a bunch of scrub. It makes a big old mess. Back in the 20s and 30s, this was all cotton. And people just let it go. And of course, it overgrows pretty quick. Now over here on the mower, of course, I got my 6-foot 3-point. What I'm pulling today is a tow behind. A little 8-foot bush hog. Bought at auction cheap. Did a lot of work to it. Pretty good now. Okay. Why do you want to use a tow behind instead of a 3-point? If you got real rough land, a 3-point, when the tractor drops off in a hole, the mower deck's going to come up and get you in a bind. And when that happens, you lose traction on your rears, and you could have a hell of a time getting out of that hole, or sink the tractor like I did last weekend. On a tow behind with hydraulic lift, you're sitting there in the tractor cab or on the seat, monitoring the deck height constantly, so you can raise and lower the deck. So if your tractor drops off in a hole, you can raise your deck up, so instead of pulling the deck across the ground, you're back on the wheels. Makes it a lot easier to crawl out of that hole. With the deck up, it's a lot easier to back up. Now you saw these holes I dropped in up here. I didn't have to engage the diff lock. All I did was lifted the deck, tractor crawled right out like a champ. 8-foot mower. I was going to get a 10-foot at the same auction. Problem is, they were having a lot of road construction, narrow lane, and with a 10-foot hanging off a trailer, I didn't have enough clearance to get through that road construction, so I had to go with the 8-foot. On these gearboxes, I run John Deere cornhead oil, grease. Real funny little product. It's a grease, but it liquefies when in motion. I had leaks on both of the bottom seals. I didn't feel like tearing the gearboxes off. It's quite the chore. All I did was pump out all the oil, clean the sumps, put in that John Deere, not aftermarket, John Deere cornhead grease, and hell, it runs great. Single acting cylinder. These little things here set your lowest deck height. When you kick the cylinder in neutral, it drops down against these collars. That's as high as these wheels are going to pivot up, and that sets your deck height. Real simple. You're not having to sit there and constantly monitor it and use your cylinder to hold your deck height. Real handy, dirt cheap. Everything's on Amazon. There's a better view of what I cleared. It's one of the reasons I got the land so cheap. Okay, let's talk grasses. Look over there, there ain't no grass in the woods. Look over here, I got grass. And it's a mixture. There's native Bermuda. There's broom grass. There's what we call tickle grass down here too. Then you're going to get your berry vines coming in, blackberry and dewberry. That's all spread by birds, by the way. And it looks like crap. Alright, when we cleared it, it was dirt and stone. There's a lot of native iron ore in this area right here. And I gotta get my dozer down here in the rake and re-rake all that. But up here on the other side, we've already done all that, and it's in pretty good shape. Okay, land is always a work in process. If you want to spend $5, $6, $7, $10,000 an acre clearing, grading, bringing your topsoil in, planting or sprigging, knock yourself out. This is a years-long project, and I ain't no hurry. And I'm not going to spend $10,000 an acre improving land when I don't have to. Anyway, there's 5320. The tractor's running perfect. Temperature's fine. It's not going up at all. PTO is working great. Getting kind of close, getting kind of noisy. Anyway, that'll be it for today. I'll get home and get these things posted this evening. Click the subscribe, hit the little bell button. Thank you.